One thing about return to self that I think that everybody who is looking to support me, everybody who's looking to understand where this came from. I didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, let me quit my job and move across the world. No, this is something that has been brewing in me for years. I recall the first time I stepped foot outside of America. I went to Japan, and the culture shock that ensued. Like, realistically, I think that that's when my healing journey really started, 2016, because it was the first time that I saw how a society outside of my own functioned, how clean they were, how they had compassion for one another, they had common courtesy, they had so much. And I got back to America and I'm like, something's not right here. Like, the energy that was circulating there just didn't feel right in my soul. And then the following year, I lost my mom. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to come into realization. Like losing a parent and having to come into a reality. I think I ran from that. Like, subconsciously, I went into a spiral. I went into a spiral of people pleasing and of over giving and of compensating my beliefs for people and entities that just did not align with my purpose. And I got into yoga. In 2018, I started doing yoga, and then 2020, I took my first yoga teacher training, and then I think that is when I started to really come back to myself. I think that's when I started to realize how to regulate my nervous system, how to control my breathing, how to acknowledge my breath, how to move my body, how to listen to my body. And there was an awakening that started to happen. Then in 2024, 4 years later, I took my 300-hour teacher training. And it was at the retreat style intensive that we had that I came to the realization that I felt stuck in life. One of the activities that we had during this intensive was to come up with a 3-year program of what we wanted to see our yoga, intentions grow into. So, like, yeah, we're here at a 300 hour, but why are we taking 300 hour? What are we trying to build beyond this? And I was teaching classes, and I'm like, I want to travel, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And I felt so stuck, because I realized that my job, in order for me to keep my job that was paying for my house, that was paying for my car, that was paying for all the things that were in alignment, that I thought were in alignment with me, all the things that society tells you you need in order to be happy, was through this job. And I'm like, I can't travel. Me wanting to go take a month apprenticeship, me wanting to go and host retreats, it didn't seem like it was within my reality. And that was when I think everything in me shifted. I was like, I started to feel like I was in this modern day slavery of working to pay bills, but not really ever having to experience life, never knowing what it was like to not have to stress. Like, stress was embedded. It's like to even the thought of having to manage stress management. You manage your finances, you manage your life, you manage your body. Stress is not something that I wanted associated in my life anymore. And I had started to look deeper into myself as to why I felt unhappy. And fast forward to the following year, 2025, I came to Merida. I came to Casa de Home for the first time. And I was only here for a week. And the reason why I came to Casa de Home for a week was because I was having thoughts of suicide. Like, I started to not want to live anymore. Like, that's how heavy things got. And I remember I walked into Yogi Den's class, and Yogi Den isn't the first person to tell me about Casa de Home, but he's the first person to talk to me, and I actually listened, because of the way that it was presented to me. I walked into his class, and I was feeling so heavy. And at the end of class, he was like, "Stay, talk." He's like, your energy just feels different. What's wrong? And he asked me what's wrong, and I just started crying. I just started telling him like, "Hey, I just feel like life's a lot, and I don't know what to do. I have so much going on, and I don't know where to start to unravel this mess of my life that I have created." Because after my mom died, that's exactly what I did. My life was a mess. He was like, and I was like, and I feel like I'm so alone, and no one's understanding how I'm feeling. And he was like, "You have community," and he's like, "I'm gonna send you somewhere to go. Just go there for a week. Go." And so I'm like, okay. And he sent me the information. I reached out to Khalif. We had a talk, and I ended up staying here for a week. And that 1 week reminded me of how it felt to want more, to want something different. Like I was like the craving in me was ignited. I remember being outside and being like, "Yeah, this is something crazy. This is something important. This is something that I need to do." And then fast forward to October. It was my birthday again, so it was a year since Yogi done. He told me about it in October. I set up to go because I had to give notice for my job. So I was like, I can come in March. I can make it like by March I can go. And then I went to Casa de Home, and then in October I went over to my friend Monique's house, and she was like, "Yeah, I told you about Ghana, right?" And I'm like, "Girl, you didn't tell me you was going to Ghana," because I was asking her what she was doing for the holidays, and she's like, "I'm going to Ghana." She's like, "You're going with me." She's like, "I'm sending you the information for a visa." I'm like, "Girl, I don't know how I'm going to Ghana. I don't have the money to go to Ghana. My life is not." She's like, I didn't ask you that. She said you're coming for the visas. And I was like, okay. So I started doing applications for the visas. From there, I was able to go to Ghana. And then stepping into Ghana, I just told you the story. It was like a full circle moment of this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And when you're living in disalignment, when you're living for the vision of others, the birds are agreeing with me. When you're living for in the vision of others instead of living in your purpose, you're never really going to be true to yourself. And that's why I created Return to Self, so that people can have the same remembrance and have the same fire ignited in them that I did. It wasn't just let me get out of here. It was I'm meant for more. I deserve more, and I'm worthy of more. And I love to create. And now I have the means and the time and the freedom and the motivation to create, not just a retreat, not just a workshop, but so much more. Like I'm working on my book, I'm working on my meditative class, I'm working on my 200-hour teacher training. Like there's just so much more that I can pour into the world. And by pouring into myself first, I was able to remember what that was. And that's all I want for everyone else, is to remember who you are and why you're here. So if this story has touched you, if it's sparked some type of fire, a little stir, go sign up for my $22 Return to Self workshop. Open up the door to more possibilities. Tap into yourself. Don't be afraid to live life because you feel unworthy of it. There's more to life than working. And yeah, it's still going to be hard work. Sitting here recording this video, I'm going to have to edit it and do all these things. Yes, all of that's going to be true. There's still going to be work, but at least the work that I'm doing now is purposeful. I'm not working to pay bills. I'm not working to be in survival mode. I'm working because this is what God called me to do. I'm working because this is what is aligned with my soul. I'm working because this is what brings me joy and happiness. I'm smiling while I'm doing this video. So tap in. You deserve more. Return to yourself and allow me to guide you back into yourself. always. Peace, love, and blessings.